Dark.
Emergency official Chuck Allen reports rescue operations are no longer needed after Sunday's deadly tornado in Van, Texas.
Cadaver canines and other search rescue canines uncovered no other victims as a result of this disaster.
And there are lots of flood warnings flood watches throughout Texas right now. Well, the Senate failed to pass the Trans-Pacific Trade Partnership deal. 52 voted for it, but it needed 60 votes. And right now, the Dow is down 20 points. The S&P is off 4, NASDAQ down 11. I'm Evan Haining.
The results are in. For the treatment of nasal allergy symptoms, nothing is more effective than Nasacort. Nasacort Allergy 24-Hour is prescription-strength medicine that's scent and alcohol-free with no harsh taste. It's non-addictive and provides 24-hour relief of the worst nasal allergy symptoms, including congestion, with no prescription needed. And in a recent clinical study with Nasacort going nose-to-nose with Flonase, more people prefer Nasacort. For more information, visit nasacort.com. Nasacort. Use as directed.
Guys, when you buy your clothes at DXL, you look good. But you feel like a rock star. So if you want to look and feel like a... You'll find all the brands you love, waist size 38 and up, all in one awesome store. DXL. You're looking good. Right now, select dress shirts are just $49.50 each when you buy 2 or more.
And good afternoon, 12:02. I'm Di Rice with the only live local news here in the Inland Empire, Kcaa 1050 AM. A man who believed he was being chased by someone with a rifle stormed into a Corona Chick-fil-A and hid in a back room where he was found clutching a handgun. An employee at the restaurant and the man, identified as 55-year-old Paris resident Newell J. Walker, both called police yesterday morning. Walker claimed that people were trying to assassinate him, and one of his pursuers had a high-powered rifle. Police officers found Walker in the kitchen area kneeling near an office and holding a handgun. Officers talked him into surrendering peacefully. No evidence was found to support Walker's claim that he was being chased. He is undergoing a 72-hour mental health evaluation. Walker is on parole for home invasion and robbery. The gun he was carrying had been reportedly stolen from the Victorville area. And the public is being asked to help find an Anaheim couple who planned to visit their son in La Quinta on Sunday afternoon but never arrived. Cecil Knutson and Diana Bedwell, whose ages were not provided, were last seen at the Valley View Casino in Valley Center, San Diego. The couple has not returned to their Anaheim home either. They were driving a 2014 Hyundai Sonata, plate number 7EHE981. Anyone with information about their whereabouts is asked to call 911 or the San Diego County Sheriff's Department at 585-565-5200. I'm sorry, that's 858-565-5200. And that Sonata, by the way, is white. And a wheelchair-bound woman fended off an assailant after he fondled her in the parking lot of a Metrolink station, according to Fontana police. The assault happened Saturday late morning. The suspect reportedly grabbed the woman's breast, squeezed it multiple times, and then asked if she wanted to have sex. The woman refused, and he pushed her in her wheelchair toward the restrooms. The woman was able to fight off the assailant and call police. Officers are searching for a Hispanic man in his early 20s who's about 5'6". He was wearing black jeans, a white shirt, black hat, and a black Dickies jacket. Inland Empire weather, sunny and a little cool today. Highs near 76, some variable high clouds hanging around for most of the week, and possibly showers happening by Friday. Today's high 76, overnight 57. Right now we are at 69 degrees. Traffic, stop and go on the 91 eastbound right between Grand and the I-15. 15 north, busy between Magnolia and the 91. In Moreno Valley, the 215 northbound is busy between Cactus and Central Avenue, and the 60 is busy between Day Street and the 215. That is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind, KCAA 1050 AM.
Don't miss A1 Al Palazzo Talk About San Bernardino every Tuesday at 4 p.m. It's live, local, and right down the block on KCAA 1050 AM.
This is a
Elaine McFadden inviting you to join me for Smart Health Talk on Thursdays, 4 to 5 p.m. right here on KCAA Radio 1050 a.m. Smart Health Talk offers the kind of information that can save your life and save you money, making sure you're getting the biggest Smart Health bang for your buck. We'll keep you up to date on the latest in nutrition, health, and what it takes to keep your home safe for you and your family. Remember, tune in every Thursday, 4 to 5 p.m. for Smart Health Talk, KCAA Radio 1050 a.m.
A journey of 1,000 words begins here at AM 1050 KCAA.
Determination. You can be intentional about your character, your work ethic.
You've got to be on the same page.
They were calling to let you know we are debt-free, house and everything.
You have done really, really, really good. And you're not going to quit now.
It's been a huge witness for us to be able to share that.
It was time to get serious.
Intentionality, people.
Celebrate the success.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
This is your show, America.
If I knew at 22 what I know now, our life would be better off.
It's the show that's changing the world. Now you don't just listen to the show, you live. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Dave Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. This is your show, America. Thank you for joining us. Open phones this hour at 888-825-5225. That's 888-825-5225. Jess starts off this hour in New Haven, Connecticut. Hi, Jess. How are you?
Good, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, I guess I should just start with the biggest problem that my husband and I face. We both went to school and, of course, took out student loans. And unlike many of the people who have student loans, ours are just ridiculous. We have about $500,000 in student loans.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. And,
who's the doctor or lawyer?
We both are lawyers.
Oh,
we both
my
are lawyers.
gosh.
But we're not making lawyer money yet. We graduated in 2012. My husband works for a small firm, and I work for the probate court in one of the cities nearby. Basically, we are halfway through Financial Peace University. We love the class, and we've never been more determined to get out of the hole that we are in. Mm-hmm. It just seems like it's impossible just because of the student loans.
It's not impossible, but with the current career choice you've made, mm-hmm. both of you, versus the student loans that you took on, it's a long road. I don't think you can afford to work at the probate court.
And that was my question. The way we've kind of tried to figure it out is that in my job, there's just nowhere to go. I'm the staff attorney. My rate is basically set, or my pay is basically set. There's no room to advance, and that's it. So it's kind of like
what are you making?
I make about $40,000 a year.
Good God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was a great opportunity at the time.
It wasn't.
I was off my mom's health insurance, so I needed health insurance. I was pregnant.
Honey, you have $250,000 in student loan debt. Health insurance don't make a rip. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it wasn't a good opportunity. It was just a job, but it wasn't a good job. There wasn't anything good about this.
No.
Okay, still not good. I mean, you make $40,000 a year, and you went $250,000 in debt for that opportunity.
Yeah.
So you got to get your butt out in the lawyer world, kiddo.
Well, I was wondering what your thoughts are about me going out on my own.
Unless you have a particular niche or business plan that, other than you just want to hang your own shingle out, you're probably not going to do as well that way as you will with a standard firm. Mm-hmm. I mean, in a Connecticut setting, you ought to be in the 60 to 90 range coming out of school.
Yeah. Well, my thoughts are, I work in the probate court. They do court appointments throughout the state. I have experience in probate matters. And so my thought is to get court appointments that will be kind of like a steady flow of income. And then also get my name out there and try to get business on my own aside from the court appointments.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the court appointments pay what kind of money?
The court appointments pay $50 an hour, where right now I make about $27 an hour.
Yeah. And can you get enough of those to kind of keep food on the table? It sounds like you could break even with your $40K pretty quick on that.
And that's my thought. And
well, I mean, is there enough of them, or is there one?
No. There's 54 probate courts in the state of Connecticut. I'll definitely get appointments from the ones that I'm leaving because they're looking for attorneys. And with my experience, I'm sure that other probate courts will also appoint me. So it's a steady workflow for sure.
Yeah.
And then I'm hoping to get my name out there to get more business in different kinds of, doing wills and trusts and probating estates and stuff like that.
Well, more of a general practice that has a target on probate. But yeah, you probably have to pick up a lot of stuff. When you hang your own shingle out as just a general practitioner, you're going to end up doing a little bit of everything. I mean, probate court in most states does divorce as well, right?
They don't here.
They don't. Okay. All right.
I guess where I'm at is
if you can make more than 40, let's start there. If you can land a job making 90 somewhere, let's go do that.
I know.
Because you've given up all your choices about living your dream right now because you're in the middle of a nightmare, and so you've got to get a bigger shovel even if it's uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And so you're on the right track. You're thinking the right way. I got to get my income up is the way you're thinking.
Right.
And I'm in total agreement. That's what I'm about to pass out with here. I'm hurting for you. It sounds like you got a plan to hang your shingle out, but you're going to have to hustle and you're going to have to work a lot of hours at $50 to be able to turn the corner on this.
Yeah. What's your thought on the fact that we have about $5,500 in savings right now? I'm just like a little nervous of how quickly I'll be able to produce this income.
Well, if you're going to drop out there and hang your own shingle out, I'll probably sit tight on that for right now.
Okay.
But let's because you may have a down or two. It may take a month or two to get the billing going on the probate stuff, on the court appointed stuff. So, and do you have some ways that you think you're going to be able to hustle up some business outside of the court?
I'm trying to be proactive and get my name out there, and I've become friendly with the attorneys who work in my probate court often, so I'm hoping that they'll do some referrals, and hopefully my husband's law firm will do referrals because they don't do probate work, but they get, people coming in asking for probate work, so I'm hoping that way.
And he's making what?
He's making about 52.
Okay. But on his way up quick.
Yes, hopefully.
I hope.
Hopeful.
That sounds at the bottom end, the entry point, and then they try to kill you for 2 years, and then your income should about double, about the third year, somewhere in there. And so really, I just see you guys swimming for a while, and then all of a sudden, your household income is going to go from your 90 household income now, but I can see it going to 190, and then you're going to be able to make some headway.
Yeah, it just seems like.
Well, I mean, I can see that happening in 4 years or 3 years, can't you?
The $500,000 student loans?
No, I can see you making 190 between the two of you.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
Lots of people that do what you're doing, but but you're going to have to hustle, both of you, and just you're not going to have a life for a while. You've given your life away. You're an indentured servant. And that's what $500,000 in student loan debt does. Oh, sorry for you. But can you get there? Yes, you can get there, because the good news is at least you're in a field where you can make a living. I mean, if you told me you were going to make $25,000 for the rest of your life, I don't know what I would tell you. I don't know what you could do. The good news is you can make $225,000 and you can clean this mess up over time. But yeah, I think you're on the right track. I agree with your decisions, how to get there, and hear me loud and clear. I've talked to many people that have gotten out of bigger messes than this, but boy, it's a lot of work.
If you like jazz, you'll enjoy getting together with me, Tommy Hawkins, the Jazz Hawk. Tune into my show, Just Jazz, Saturday nights, 10 to midnight, on KCAA 1050 AM.
I literally started my business on a card table in my living room. In those days, I was the one responsible for keeping track of my expenses. And if I wanted my family to eat, I had to make sure the money was coming in. I was a true entrepreneur. Nowadays, I know there's a better way. It's called FreshBooks, and I'm a big fan of what they do. FreshBooks is an online software and mobile app that allows you to track your time, capture expenses, and create professional invoices. It's easy and it works. Find out what over 5 million entrepreneurs and small business owners just like you have already discovered. You can try it free today at getfreshbooks.com. Just enter the Dave Ramsey Show under How Did You Hear About Us for your free 30-day trial. That's getfreshbooks.com. And remember, enter the Dave Ramsey Show to get started today.
This is KCAA.
If you can't seem to stay ahead of your bills, then this message is for you. How would you like to have a large portion of your credit card debt, medical bills, and department store debt forgiven? National Credit Card Relief would like to give you free information on a proven debt forgiveness program. This program has been used by thousands to legally forgive millions in unsecured debt. It's not bankruptcy. It's not consolidation. This special program actually wipes clean the portion of your debt that is forgiven from what you owe your creditors. Call for free information and get all your questions answered in the first free call. The more you owe, the more you can save. If you have at least $10,000 or more in credit card bills, this debt forgiveness program can be very effective. Call for free information and find out more now. 800-546-2909. There is no cost or obligation for the information. Don't wait. Call 800-546-2909. That's 800-546-2909. Get your debt problem solved. Call 800-546-2909 today.
Discover the wonders from the land down under at the Australian Outback San Diego Zoo's latest exhibit. Here you'll encounter wombats, wallabies, kookaburras, cockatoos, and koalas. You'll be at eye level with 7 different marsupials, and you may even encounter koala joeys on their moms' backs. San Diego Zoo's Australian Outback is also home to 25 colorful bird species. Watch these beautiful creatures in the land down under. The new Australian Outback at San Diego Zoo. For more information, go to SanDiegozoo.org.
Bob Vila here with my home improvement tip of the day. Though garage doors do a pretty good job of keeping bad guys away from your car, they're not so good at keeping out the elements. That's especially true if the floor in your garage is uneven. What to do? Try this. Open the garage door so that the bottom is about head high. Cut a length of 3/4 inch foam pipe insulation to fit the width of the door. Then position the insulation against the bottom of the door with the slit facing down. Next, spread the slit in the insulation and use a screw gun or electric drill to attach the insulation to the bottom of the door. To keep the screws from tearing through the insulation, you'll probably want to add washers around the heads of the screws. Pipe insulation doesn't exactly add to curb appeal, so if you don't want it poking out the bottom of the door so it's visible from the street, just drive your screws a little more towards the backside of the door than the front. Get more info at BobVila.com and right here at home with me, Bob Vila.
It's Mike Manahan, host of Biz Rap Radio, the show all about small business and entrepreneurs. Join me every Friday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA Radio.
I became a Christian at age 45. I'm confident that because of what happened from that day until this, that the spiritual aspect of life is the most important of all. And my research shows, in addition to that, that we will be dead longer than we're going to be alive.
Joining us, America. We're glad you are here. If you're just tuning in, listen up. We've launched one of the best budget tools in the world. We think it's the best. It's called Every Dollar. Now, well over 300,000 people in just a few weeks have now got their budget on everydollar.com. This is pretty cool. It's super easy. Our tech geeks have spent the last 4 years and several $1 million of my money building this thing. And it's so easy, I think your 5-year-old could do it. You can set your budget up in about 10 minutes, and it actually works, and you'll actually use it. Oh, and it's free. It's completely free. Every dollar. We give it away. Who does that? We do. But guess what? Today is May 1st. Well, it's here. So do you have your budget done for May? If you don't, this is the day. You always are supposed to do your budget before the month begins. On paper, on purpose. Every dollar has an assignment. Every dollar has a name. That's why we call this Every Dollar. So if you've not done your budget, or if you have done your budget and you didn't do it in Every Dollar, either one, go to everydollar.com and do your budget. Now, once you've created your first budget at everydollar.com, then you can access your budget and you can track the expenses with the free iPhone app. It's free. Yeah, just download the iPhone app. Android users, I know, we're working on yours, but you can still run yours on your computer. Your computer doesn't care what kind of phone you got. Create your first budget today at everydollar.com. If you want to connect to your bank and have the bank download your charges, we'd love to have you do that. That's an upgrade. That's called Every Dollar Plus. They charge us for that. And so we charge you for that. So if you want that feature, you're going to pay for that. But the use of the budgeting tool is completely free. Jump in there. It's did I mention it's free? Who does that? Jay is with us in Evansville, Indiana. Hi, Jay.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm currently a small business owner, and I'm saving up monthly to attend one of your Entree Leadership events, and I've read almost every book that's on your Dave's Library page there on your website, and I'm reading books that I never thought I'd read before, so I just wanted to say thanks.
Well, thank you. That's very cool.
Just had a quick question. I think I know your answer to this, but I need you to verbally slap some sense into me. So I'm a small business owner. I'm a captive insurance agent for a large insurance company. You probably would recognize the name if I said it. I'm an independent contractor, so I get no health insurance, no 401k or anything, and I just became debt-free in the business about 2 months ago.
Good for you.
Thank you. So I have nothing saved for retirement, and my income through the business fluctuates greatly monthly, so I just want to know what's the best way going forward to save for retirement.
Well, I mean, once you're debt-free and you have your emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside, then you may have to set aside an additional amount to cover the volatility in your income.
Okay.
So what is your income minimum? What's the worst month you would have?
In the business?
Mm-hmm.
Worst month would be probably $10,000.
Income?
Yes.
Okay. And is that net profit?
Yes.
Okay. That's a pretty nice floor. All right. And so can you live out of that and save for your retirement, even if you have a, quote, bad month?
Yeah, it would be pretty tight.
What's your best month?
Best month would be probably 15.
Well, you don't have that much volatility then. Okay.
Right.
I mean, at least it's not... At least those you got a zero on those. If you pulled a zero off, it'd be no fun. But
right,
okay,
right.
Yeah, I think you just budget for doing that. You may have to put a little bit of a slush fund aside to cover the times that you have a down month versus an up month.
Right.
We used to call it the old hill and valley account at our house when when we had an up month. We would set some of the hill aside so when there was a valley we could fill it in and kind of smooth out our budget.
Right.
And you could do some of that if it's causing you a pinch in those down months.
Okay.
But yeah, you just set your Roth IRAs coming out of that and get rolling on it. You're doing great.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you listening. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Chelsea's in Nashville. Hi, Chelsea. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Okay, so a couple numbers breakdown. My husband and I just had our first child, so we're now a one-income family. My husband's take-home pay after taxes, HSA, and 401k is about $4,060 a month. And my question is, we have our $1,000 emergency fund, and then we also have about $11,000 saved. And my, not argument, but my discussion I've been having with my husband.
What is the $11,000 saved in?
It's just a standard savings account earning a tiny bit of interest.
Okay.
Like
did you say you're debt-free but your house?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead with your argument then.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't turned into one, but I guess I really want that 3 to 6 months interest or 3 to 6 months money saved up in case. And I'm wondering if we should stop putting into his retirement and stop putting so much into the HSA and put that towards the 3 to 6 months until, we get that saved and then go back to putting into it. Does that make sense?
Yes, but before you do that, you should give this strange $11,000 account a name.
Okay.
Let's rename it. Emergency fund.
Okay. Oh, yes. Emergency fund. Yes.
So you don't buy a bass boat with it?
No, we don't want to buy anything with it, but I'm just...
It's an emergency fund.
Yes.
You don't touch it except for an emergency.
Correct.
So now you have $12,000.
Yeah.
And so 3 to 6 months of expenses represents what's a fully funded emergency fund for you?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So if you determine it's $20,000, the two of you sit down, look at it, and go, okay, we're going to stop your 401k and your HSA until we get to $20,000 from our 12.
Okay. Awesome.
That's a number I made up. That's not a suggestion.
Okay, right.
It's an example, okay? But you all determine what your proper emergency fund is. 12's not enough.
Right.
You need some more than that, but you may not need a lot more than that. But the two of you sit down and talk about it, and yes, we recommend until you get through baby step 3 that you stop all long-term investing. We've always said that. And Total Money
we've never taken your class, so I didn't know, but I just...
Your instinct was correct then. Let me do this. Let me send you a copy of the book, The Total Money Makeover, which will outline how to do these baby steps and why I'm telling you all of those suggestions, why I'm telling you that. The problem is this. When you don't have a fully funded emergency fund, if you have an emergency, you will cash out retirement. I mean, before you let your house get foreclosed on, you'll cash out your retirement. So your retirement turns into an emergency fund. That's why you do the emergency fund first. That's why it's always first before you do long-term investing, because your long-term investing will turn into it otherwise. So, thanks for the call. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Stephanie's on Twitter. Would you recommend purchasing a home through a tax auction? If you can get a great deal and if you can get clean title that includes title insurance. Never buy property without title insurance. Title insurance ensures that you have gotten clean title. In many states, a property tax sale does not give you clean title. Many states, the former owner has a right of redemption, a 6-month, a 1-year, a 2-year right of redemption, meaning whatever you buy the house for, they can come in and write you a check for that amount and get the house back. They can redeem the house. And you lose the property. So if you have a 6-month right of redemption on a property sale and you can't get title insurance for 6 months, you don't move in this house. You don't fix it up during that time because you can spend $10,000 on it. They come in and can buy it back, and you lose your $10,000. And so you need to know what the rights of redemption are if you're doing a tax sale. An IRS sale or a property tax sale, either one. The IRS does have a 6-month on it. So you don't get clean title at an IRS sale. And it's just a problem, child. Tax sales are dangerous if you don't know what you're getting into. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Don't miss A1 Al Palazzo Talk About San Bernardino every Tuesday at 4 p.m. It's live, local, and right down the block on Kcaa 1050 AM.
Let me tell you why I endorse Liberty Safes. No other safe out there can protect your valuables, important documents, and guns like a Liberty Safe can. I keep my personal gun collection in my Liberty Safe, and I love knowing that no one can get to these guns but me. These safes are amazing. While you're searching Liberty's site, you'll find all kinds of sizes, colors, but most important, they protect what you value most. From high fire ratings to tough safes that even dynamite can't open. That's the great thing about Liberty Safes. They're beautiful, yet secure, which means it doesn't matter where you are on your journey to financial peace, there's a Liberty Safe that's priced right just for you. So, get yourself a Liberty Safe today.
This is KCAA.
California headline news. In Sacramento, another car crosses the center line and kills 2 people inside a car heading in the right direction on I-80. Third such incident in the past month. CHP officials urging late-night drivers to use the far right lane of traffic.
It's very tragic. You know, you get tired of seeing this time and time again. We keep telling people, at night, stay out of that fast lane, and here we are. Talking about the same thing.
Efforts with CHP, the wrong-way driver died as well. Assembly Health Committee voting today on that proposed extra tax on sugary drinks. Proponents say it will help prevent diabetes and therefore save money on treatment.
Diabetes is costing California almost $24 billion a year. So direct medical costs, hospitalization, and then of course people are already paying through this through their premiums from insurances.
Dr. Raul Gutierrez with the American Heart Association. Opponents say the bill puts an unfair burden on consumers. Geico weather, mild temperatures, chance for rain in Southern California today, the northern region tomorrow. Jeff Scott, California News.
When the economy crashed in 2008, the Fed lowered interest rates. They've been low ever since. But now the economy's improving, and most experts believe the Fed will start raising interest rates very soon. That means you should refinance your mortgage now to pull cash out of your home at today's low rates, because once the Fed starts raising rates, they probably won't stop. So beat the Fed to the punch and refi your mortgage before it's too late by making the cash call at 877-890-CASH. Today, Cash Call Mortgage is offering a 15-year fix at 2.99% rate and APR with no closing costs. You have the chance to pull tens of thousands out of your home, lock in a low rate, and pay absolutely nothing out of pocket. But you have to act now. Cash Call Mortgage is designed to save. Call 877-890-CASH today.
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. Equal Housing Lender. Call 866-900-8744 for terms and restrictions. Rates may change without notice. California Department of Business Oversight. Residential Mortgage Lender Law License 4131083. NMLS 128231.
That's 877-890-CASH.
KCAA. If you can't seem to stay ahead of your bills, then this message is for you. How would you like to have a large portion of your credit card debt, medical bills, and department store debt forgiven? National Credit Card Relief would like to give you free information on a proven debt forgiveness program. This program has been used by thousands to legally forgive millions in unsecured debt. It's not bankruptcy. It's not consolidation. This special program actually wipes clean the portion of your debt that is forgiven from what you owe your creditors. Call for free information and get all your questions answered in the first free call. The more you owe, the more you can save. If you have at least $10,000 or more in credit card bills, this debt forgiveness program can be very effective. Call for free information and find out more now. 800-546-2909. There is no cost or obligation for the information. Don't wait. Call 800-546-2909. That's 800-546-2909. Get your debt problem solved. Call 800-546-2909 today.
Are you particular about the vitamins and supplements you take? Have you found that the big chain stores simply don't have what you need? Then you should know about the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. You'll find rock-bottom prices on gourmet, top-quality vitamins and mineral supplements at the Vitamin Center. Get 30% off on all supplements and homeopathic products. All, not just selected merchandise. In addition, you'll find 30% off on all cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, makeup, hair coloring, and lip gloss. And all tea products are discounted 20%. Why go anywhere else? See for yourself at the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills, 5007 Canaan Road in Agora Hills. Or check out the savings and place your order online, VitaminCenterAgoraHills.com. Start saving by getting what you need from the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. And tell a friend that the Vitamin Center ships nationwide. Call 818-707-0005. That's 818-707-0005. The Vitamin Center of Agora Hills.
Broadcasting more local radio programs than any other station in California. We are KCAA.
debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. I'm debt-free!
Yes! Oh, that was a good one. I love it. Yeah! Oh, Elizabeth knows how to celebrate. That's good. In the lobby of the Ramsey Solutions headquarters, Robbie and Janika are with us. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, Dave.
Welcome, welcome. Where are you from?
Dallas, Georgia.
Dallas, Georgia. Very fun. Thanks for visiting us. Here to do a debt-free scream, I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And how much have you paid off?
$156,515.
I love it. How long did that take?
9.5 years.
Wow. Is that your house and everything?
House and only thing.
House and only thing. Look at you. I love it. Making what kind of money during this time?
We started around $65,000 and maybe $120,000 last year.
Excellent, excellent. Way to go. What do you guys do for a living?
She works for a bank, and I'm in IT.
Okay. So whose idea was this, Janika?
Do we have to ask Robbie?
You have to say it right here on the radio. It's Robbie's idea. So Robbie comes in and tells the banker he wants to get out of debt. What did the banker say? What'd you say?
Really?
You really do? That was 9.5 years ago.
Yes.
So how's it feel to have your house paid off now?
It feels great.
Good. Cool. Very cool. So this is very cool. You guys are pretty young to have a paid-for house. What's this house worth?
Probably about that, about $156,000.
Excellent, excellent. And you guys, how old are you?
I'm 35, and can I say? She's not 35.
And she's not 35. Okay. Because she's 30. Okay. All right. Very good. I like it. That's fun. Yeah, you're awfully young to have a paid-for house. That's pretty cool. Do you know anybody that has a paid-for house?
No.
That's 35 years old? I don't. I do. I come in here all the time, actually. But, you know, but that's pretty serious. That's officially makes y'all weird.
Yeah, I know. I say I'm weird all the time.
Yeah, that's very neat. What made you think that you guys could and should do this?
Well, we took Financial Peace back in early 2008, and that really set us on this path to come debt-free.
Okay. So you were paying on the house all along, but you just cranked it up since 2008.
Yeah, we've always been making like more and then double payments. And here in the last year or so, since we took the legacy journey, thank you for that, by the way, early last year, and really since then, in the last year, we paid off like $63,000.
Wow!
So
like a third of it in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as your income came up and your intensity came up, you really got in gear then.
Absolutely. It's what you talk about, when you're running, toward the finish line. You've run a long time, and then as you get closer, it just gets easier.
Yeah, you can see it, and you start to believe. That's very fun. So anybody make fun of you guys while you're doing this?
Not really. We've been called cheap a time or two, but we don't really make fun.
I love it. That's fun. Very, very cool. Well, what do you guys do? You told me you're a banker, and you do what, Robbie?
I work in IT.
IT. Okay. Very good. Good. Fun. So what do you tell people the secret to getting out of debt is? You're 35 years old. You have everything paid off, house and everything.
Intensity. Surrender to the process. Mm-hmm. And be faithful in the little things. The $10 here, $50 here, $100 there. When you're not faithful in the little things, it just doesn't work.
What about you, Janika? What's the secret?
Communication.
That's what Sharon always says. That's her number one thing. That's very cool. Good for you. That's fun. I love it. All right, Robbie and Janika, Dallas, Georgia, $157,000 paid off. Most of it in the last year, but over a 9.5-year period of time, 65 all the way up to 120 income. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
We're debt-free!
Good job, you two. Man, that's fun. That is fun stuff right there. Love it, love it, love it. Open phones this hour as we talk about your life and your money. Thank you for joining us. Nick is in South Bend, Indiana. Hi, Nick. How are you?
I'm great, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
I wanted to say thank you. I talked to you a few weeks ago. You sent me a copy of SART I'm also reading 40 Days to Work You Love. I'm signed up on the Every Dollar website, and I'm looking to jump into financial peace here through my local credit union. So
cool.
But my question is, how do you deal with tithing when the amount I would tithe, the 10% plus everything that goes out each month, would be more over what I make? And right now it'd put me about $35 over budget, and I'm working on getting another part-time job or something evenings to boost up that. But for the meantime, how do you handle that?
Okay, you're asking this from a Christian perspective?
Yes.
Okay. All right. As evangelical Christians, we're taught and believe that the Scripture calls for a 10% of give 10% of our income to our local church. And the first thing I want you to know is that the tithe is not a salvation issue. You don't lose your salvation over not tithing. And it's not even a love of God issue. God is not sitting up there going, well, I really don't love Nick because he doesn't pay me. That's not how it works. And it's not like he's waiting to bless you until you tithe or something like that either. The tithe is there not because God needs our money, but because he wants us to learn to be givers. He's trying to teach us to be givers. And so the tithe is your baseline, it's your minimum, it's your starting point, it's your guideline to get going. You'd be giving more than that as you build wealth and as you get out of debt and those kinds of things. Most of us do anyway. But for now, if you don't quite make a tithe and you're off by $35, dude, I wouldn't sit up night and fret about it and wring my hands. But at least we know what the target is. And you know you're going to be there as soon as you get your extra job or as soon as you find something you can cut out of this budget. I have found this, by and large. I tithed all the way. I was a baby Christian, just learned about God, and I tithed all the way into bankruptcy court and all the way out when we didn't have any money at all. And I didn't do that out of legalism. I did that because I felt like it was something the Bible was telling me was the right way to live. It was a principle thing for me. And but I don't want you to do it out of a Pharisee or a legalistic mindset. I will tell you that usually 10% of your income coming out does not cause you to go broke. I mean, there's something else in your budget that can be moved around in order to make that happen. And if you're within $35, somehow I bet you can find that $35. But if you don't sit around and wring your hands and go, well, God doesn't love me. He's crazy about you, man. You don't have to worry about that. And he sees your heart and where you're going, and you're going to get there. And you're going to get to a 10% tithe pretty quickly, I suspect. So it's a short period of time that you're facing this. But just in general, as a general statement, most of the time, I mean, I can tell you out of doing budgets for 25 years, it's almost never look at a budget and go, the tithe is the problem with this budget. It's usually a car payment is the problem with the budget, or a house payment is the problem with the budget, or a lack of income is the problem with the budget. But usually the tithe is not the problem with the budget. And so, again, as an ongoing thing. But now, in a given month, if you get, you're not quite up to snuff there, well, whoopee, who cares? Not a big deal. I'm not going to sit and be a Pharisee on top of you on the tithe. That's not what we teach, and it's not what I believe. But I am a tither, so we need to keep that real clear. Diane is with us in Baltimore, Maryland. Hi, Diane. How are you?
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
My question is, we're finishing up baby step 3, and I want to thank you because I read the Total Money Makeover. We are debt-free other than our mortgage, and the emergency fund is nearly complete.
Good.
So I'm ready to start looking at baby step 4. I made an appointment with an ELP. In fact, I'm going to see her Monday.
Okay.
The whole investing thing is confusing to me. Right now, our portfolio consists of the life insurance policy and a small amount that I've saved in a 457 plan over the years through my employer.
A whole life policy or a term life policy?
No, it's a term life policy.
Okay.
Okay, and that actually will come to term in 2017.
Okay.
So, anyway, the whole investing thing is real confusing to me, and with the 457, they never gave me much good advice.
Right.
So I'm hoping that the ELP can help, but I'm nervous, but I never thought I'd get to this point where I could even have this much confidence toward retirement. So I really have to thank you.
You're welcome. That's good news. I'm proud of you. You're going to get there. You just take your time. Don't get in a hurry. Just make sure you understand it before you make a move. You're going to be fine. You're doing great.
Don't miss A1 Al Palazzo talk about San Bernardino every Tuesday at 4 p.m. It's
with great information and advice. In fact, they've been requested by over 60,000 customers. Home buyers will want to get buying your first home, or what every home buyer must know. Those interested in refinancing should get our refinancing handbook. Call Churchill Mortgage today or visit us online to discover why we're the only mortgage company Dave Ramsey has ever endorsed.
This is KCAA.
Don't miss A1 Al Palazzo talk about San Bernardino every Tuesday at 4 p.m. It's live, local, and right down the block on KCAA 1050 AM.
What have I learned so far? I've learned that there is no one path right for everyone. I've learned that without my high school diploma, I can only do so much. My options were limited. I found a free personalized learning program with Learn for Life that has a flexible schedule so I could keep my job while earning my high school diploma. I found new career training opportunities that would jumpstart my future. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I can change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN4LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
If you're like most, your trust in traditional financial advice has taken a big hit in the last few years. So when it comes to your money, investment, and retirement planning, where do you turn now? Who do you listen to? Join us for Smart Money Talk Radio, Mondays from 3 to 4 p.m. for the refreshing, straightforward money and investment strategies of Jim and Lorraine Conaway. With over 44 years of combined experience, the Conaways are here to educate you on how to be smart with your money. Securities offered through J.P. Turner & Company, LLC. Member SIPC.
Hi, this is Bob with Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. Tune in every Thursday afternoon from 3 until 4 at KCAA Radio 1050, and we will be there to answer your real estate questions, the latest real estate news, and to talk to the leaders of the real estate industry. Our Real Estate Talk, you can find out how to stop your foreclosure, first-time homebuyer information, loan modifications, different kinds of loans you can buy with, short sale strategies, and real estate investing and more. So don't forget, tune in every Thursday afternoon at 3 for Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. You'll be glad you did.
Like to spend a few days in another world? Then write this down. Golden Bear Cottages, Big Bear Lake.
Question of the day comes from Blinds.com. They're happy to send my listeners free color samples, and that way you can be sure you totally love the color and the texture of your top choices before ordering. Take advantage of big savings right now at Blinds.com. Their prices crush what you find in the stores. Question comes from Ben in Tennessee. I'm leaving for recruit training for the Marine Corps next week. Thank you for your service, Ben. I currently have $2,500 saved. I'm not sure what to do with it before I leave. While I'm at recruit training, I will be opening up a bank account so that I can be paid while I'm there, and I expect to have around $3,000 by the time I graduate. I have no idea where I'll be going afterwards, so what is the best place to do to keep my current savings? I just put it all in that bank account, and in a savings account to where you're not spending it. While you're at this stage in the military, they're taking care of you. You got food, shelter, and lots of other things. But, yeah. So, just pile up the cash. Just continue to pile up cash. And, Ben, let me just tell you, be real careful. We do a lot of work with the military, and when I leave an installation, when I leave a base, and you go out of the gates and you drive down the street of that city, on both sides of the road for the next 2 miles is stupid. It's like they line up every dumb human trick you can do just outside a military base. Everything from rent to own to payday lender to title pawning to spending money on this to spending money on that to spending money on this to spending money on that. And it's like dumb on parade just outside the military base. Now, it's not true every single time, but there are people that line up along that road that do not have your best interest at heart, like almost all of them down through there. They're trying to rip you off, dude. That's what it comes down to. And they're going to appeal to the dumbest part of your brain. So the most immature part of your brain. So be a grown-up and don't go through this money like water through a sieve because you're acting like you're 14 years old instead of acting like a man while you're coming out of the Marines. And I'll just tell you, man, I meet people all the time. They're 21 years old. They've been in the military 2 years, and stupid down both sides of the road. They visited every store that has stupid on it. Everything you can do that's dumb, they did it. They spent money on all the wrong things, and they have nothing to show for their early stages of their military career. And there's nothing that we, the people, or the military can do about these parasites that line the road outside these bases. But I can warn you to say, just know that when you leave the base for the first 2 miles, almost everything you see is stupid. There's a few exceptions, but not many. And so that's not where you need to spend your nights and your weekends, that kind of thing. Find something better to do with your life. And, yes, then in that case, just pile up the money when you come out of basic and you come out of your recruit training and so forth. And you start to get your assignments. Then you start to think about, okay, I'm going to save up. Is it time for me to buy a car, or am I going to be on an assignment where I'm not going to need one? Or is it time for me to start thinking about saving or start putting some money for retirement or saving money for something else? So I would just pile this cash up at your stage of the game. The danger is lurking, though, just outside those gates. Andrew is in Oklahoma City. Hi, Andrew. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to just thank you for the impact you've been on my life. I'm 23 years old, and I went to a live event when I was 12, and people have been making fun of me ever since, but it's the best ever.
That's wild. I love it.
My question for you here deals with retirement. I have $55,000 in retirement accounts, about 25 in a Roth and 30 in a traditional. And I bought a house last year. It has nothing to do with that. I didn't take any of that or anything. But I'd like to put more money on my house. Can I pause that 15% or more that I've actually been putting in retirement? I've been trying to max it out, but I haven't quite made it. But can I pause that retirement investment for a while and just knock out my house?
How much do you owe on your home?
Oh, about 80, probably 75 now.
Okay. And how quick will you pay it off if you don't pause it?
If I don't, it's on a 10-year note, probably about 6 years.
Okay. And what is your household income?
I make I think I cleared 62 last year.
Okay. All right. And so we're talking about putting $9,000 into retirement every year, $9,300, give or take, into retirement every year. And you're paying off this house in 6 years, so you're paying about an extra $10,000 on a year already. And so it'll cut your house payment, or it'll cut your payoff instead from 6 years. This is assuming you don't get a raise, which I have a feeling you're going to, okay? But, crap, you're 23 and you're making $75K. What are you doing?
I make 60. I hope to make 75.
Oh, 75 is what you owe on the house. You make 63. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
I said it wrong. Okay, what do you do?
I'm a jet engine inspector. I work for the Air Force as a civilian.
Good for you. Excellent. Okay. So instead of paying the house off in 6 years, you pay it off in about 4 years if you do this.
Right.
That's what it's going to come down to. No.
I had a goal of 3 years, but I realized that included my retirement when I said that, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I should do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would stick with the baby steps and say I'm going to put 15% of my income into retirement, because what that money is going to be worth when you're 63 or 73 while you're doing this at 23 is so much. It's millions of dollars. The future value when you've got this long to save. You remember those compound interest tables we laid out back when you were 12 years old?
Oh, yeah, I've got it memorized.
Yeah, you're the man. See, you lose all of that by speeding up the house. And here's the good news. You're still going to have your house paid off before you're 30. That's if you don't get a raise.
Yeah.
And you're so killing it. You are so on fire. You're so on track. No, I would continue to work the baby steps exactly the way we teach, because that's going to turn you into a multi-gazillionaire.
Sounds good.
So, hey, man, I'm proud of you. Way to go. Wow. So I'm going to be in Las Vegas next week with Chris Hogan doing the Smart Money event. If you got a 12-year-old and you live in Las Vegas, if you want them to be that 23-year-old, maybe you ought to bring them. Some parent did the nerdy thing of bringing their kid to a Total Money Makeover event when he was 12 years old. Now, not every kid at 12 years old can take it, but I tell you what, Andrew took it. It took, didn't it? And he's 23. He's making $63,000 a year. He owes $75,000 in his house. He's going to pay it off in 5 years or less. And he's already got $55,000 in retirement. A lot of you that are 53 aren't doing that good. That's what happens when you teach your kids how to handle money. So, if you live in Las Vegas, make sure you got one of those Smart Money tickets and you're bringing your kid. Hello. Now, if your kid's just a wild animal and they're not going to listen to anything, don't bring them. I don't want them in the audience. I want to listen to them while I'm trying to talk. But if you have a kid that'll actually sit there and be mature and behave and listen and learn, that's what you could end up with. That's the deal. And then we'll be in Baton Rouge on September 17th, and Atlanta, Georgia on September the 24th, and Nashville, our home city, October the 8th, Oklahoma City, November the 5th, Louisville, Kentucky, November 17th, and so on. So that's the Smart Money events with Chris Hogan and I, where we teach you these exact principles. That's what Andrew got 11 years ago. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. You can get your tickets at DaveRamsey.com, or, of course, you can go call our customer care team at 888-22-PEACE. And since I'm talking about events, I'm really excited. I just went through with our team the rehearsal and the full rundown of everything we're doing with the summit, this Entree Leadership Summit. It's the first time we've done this. We've got John Maxwell and Henry Cloud and Pat Lencioni, Rabbi Daniel Lappin, Chris Hogan, Christy Wright, Dave Ramsey speaking on leadership in San Diego week after next. It's going to be a great event. If you have any interest in that at all, it's at the Omni La Costa, which is a killer resort. So come on out. We'd love to have you. Again, the phone number, 888-22-PEACE, 888-227-3223, or DaveRamsey.com for any of those events.
On board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.